I don't know if you can call this a step forward or a lateral step or a pat in the back or a handout to say, okay, get back to it, don't stop. If 5 years, right? Well, let's say up to 5 years, all right? What do you see yourself
If passion was a drug, I'd probably be dead. If dreaming came to life, in my soup, I'd probably be bed. I'm busy writing on those raps, you're gonna...
It's a confusing thing. I wanted to know vibration. I made a few mistakes. If you don't know.
It's our boy Balaclava in the company of our man Dilla, and later is the name of the piece. 701, that is your time. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got hip hop royalty in the house, and we're about to blow the roof off this thing. Let's go.
But the streets know the already poco. Cap City relevanta retoko. We wanna bring your spot, repula la di pompo. But the flow stays on, repira la di chompo. Re roja mi bileng, o re bone di bineng will hurt you. Treat you like you late for curfew. Cap's time is where it gets down, we birthed you. No one just nestum, through the mic we served you. In the fix to my fellas in the mix, holding up your own fifth for a pack of the 6 in the back. Say it ain't so, don't try it, I'm pro.
Lord knows that you have been warned. 17103, 17103, that happens to be the studio text line. And at some point, we will open the studio line for you to get to call us up and speak to the legend, speak to the pioneer, speak to hip-hop royalty. Say good evening to you. Welcome to the program.
Yo. What up? What's going on, guys? What's up, AD? What's up, Prince?
Okay, now I know for a fact that we did not have him in studio. We spoke to him on the phone. So do I get a clearance? Do I get a clearance for that? Huh? Do I get a clearance for that? COVID, we spoke to him on the phone.
Are you sure?
We did not have him.
Are you sure he wasn't here? Are you sure he wasn't here?
No doubt.
No, we did.
Yeah.
You are very correct. We did.
Big Scissor.
What's up, guys? What's going on? Thank you so much for having me, man.
Whoa.
I can't believe I'm here on a Friday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Son. Only you guys could do it. Only you guys can pull it off.
I think the time was right.
No doubt.
I think everything just fell into place.
No doubt,
I think we have all the elements that we need to have this conversation today.
No, thank you so much for having me.
I think it's very necessary.
The universe.
Yes, sir.
The man needs to be heard. I've
Yes,
promised
sir.
him for so long to say, hey, man,
What's up, guys?
you need a platform.
No, they're afraid. I mean, the guys are afraid of giving me platforms. Guys won't even feature me on that track.
Guys will be on some, no, but he's going to take my job.
You know what I mean?
So that's what I should have thought.
No.
See, I'm that slow.
Got here.
I'm that slow.
Can we
So
first
tomorrow I could get that text on some. We were thinking about our Rhyme Nation and all the love. That gentleman that you had on,
man.
we thinking that he sounds better.
Yeah,
but you know what? I will gladly give up my.
Whoa,
after today,
this is me, like literally bowing on some.
Yeah.
Yo,
I big up, guys.
No, for real, man. Like bucket list. This is bucket list moment. And I think I've told you this before. To say one thing I really want to do. You are one of the people I've really wanted to just sit down and have a conversation with.
Definitely, pal.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here, guys. And I've listened to the show as well. My boy J Dot was here the other week, and you guys are banging some of the dopest hip hop. I mean, I don't know who else is playing one take, and this is one of the freshest guys out there. And I just like how unapologetic you are about the culture.
Yes.
And you're up to date with what's going on because people like the last time they see you is where they think you're always at, but what you guys do is that you're showing. I mean, Chubb it's 10 years of necessary noise.
That's right.
And you guys are jamming that, and you're staying. You make sure that you know what's going on with the culture, and I respect that a lot. That's why I'm here, Papa.
Fresh.
You heard called for the introductions?
Yeah, no, we gotta do things right.
Yes, sir.
We gotta do things right.
I know the energy. The energy naturally will be driving us this way on
yeah,
Sunday. We haven't seen you. We haven't seen you.
100 miles
heard.
and running already.
Yes.
Like,
No doubt.
but before we do that, I know we have a lot of listeners, a lot of people watching right now on Facebook. I already have requests for freestyles.
Whoa. Okay.
Already, like before. Oh, is the acting up? Is it good? Is it good?
Hey, no.
You're good.
Whichever way.
Yeah.
Whichever
so
way.
already guys are like, before I set up, I'm like, yo, this person sent this an hour ago.
Yeah,
like,
man.
please ask God to freestyle. I'm like, okay, relax yourself.
Yeah,
the man ain't even in the
allow
building
us.
yet. But before we do all of that,
Yes, sir.
my brother, it is customary for us to allow our guests to blow their own horn,
Okay.
to do their own introductions, to let the people know who they are, what they've done, and why they've earned their stripes. So, my brother, go ahead and let them know who you are.
All right. Well, first of all, S.C.A.R, the authority in BW hip hop. It's been like that for close to 20 years now. I've been a broadcaster as well. I've been on radio and TV through Idols. East and Southern Africa. Right now I'm trying to be a filmmaker, because we're trying to document some of the stuff that people don't know about our come up and how music, the music industry is in Botswana. So yeah, man, I'm also a father, to one beautiful boy. I'm an uncle. And I'm still out here, man. I don't even know how I'm still able to get gigs. But we're still here. I know it's a young man's sport, but I still love hip hop, and I'm just happy to be a part of what's going on. And I've been at it since 2002. Was in P-Side at first, the legendary P-Side, and was discovered by Castellion. So if you just cast, you're gonna get this guy. Which is
you're gonna catch. You're gonna catch some of this fire.
Yeah, but he's a big reason.
I have a S.C.A.R story.
Oh my gosh!
That I'll tell until the day that I die.
But that's basically who I am.
Namibia Unum Radio. I think it was 2005.
Oh my word!
2006. You guys were touring over there. You and Saga were touring over there.
Yes, sir.
And I remember freestyling with S.C.A.R at Unum Radio. It was insane, but it was beautiful.
My God, you were there, bro.
I was there, front and center. Myself, E-Rays.
Oh my God.
You were there, bro.
And Fee McLeod,
That's right.
I mean, when we went to Namibia, we really didn't know what the response was going to be. I mean, even that club, Ladidas.
That's right.
I'm out there thinking, we're just going to go there, try and push our music. But the clubs, I mean, Fee has Fiona McLeod. She's always been doing like a phenomenal job over there.
That's right.
And whoa, Ed. So you were there. I'm trying to remember.
Right. I was there front and center, my brother.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah.
Sheesh. I was like some pregnant lady. Hey,
Scissor.
Yeah, that's my S.C.A.R story right there.
Oh my God.
The one thing I've always appreciated about this man. I met Scissor, I think back in your Sprite Reactivity days.
Yes, sir.
And Duke was hosting that, and I had come through with Samba.
And you're a bit chubby. Oh my goodness. I remember that face.
You know what I mean? And I've heard an appreciation of what the man was capable of. Obviously through the ciphers and through the projects that they since put down with P-Side.
Yes, sir.
But I think I grew closer to appreciating Scissor, the amazing human being. Over the season and over the interactions, that would pretty much unpack through the years.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? And the one thing that has remained constant, the one thing that has always stood out, is the man's ability to always speak his truth.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt, but bless up.
That's the one thing that has always warmed my heart where Scissor is concerned.
No doubt.
That he will consistently speak his truth.
Yep.
No doubt. I think that protects me, because I don't want to be caught in a lie,
Yeah, facts.
So, it's easier to just say how you feel so that at the end of it all, people know, you know. I mean, especially people like thinking that Botswana like a conservative type a nation, we hold our tongue. I mean, Facebook has shown us
Facts.
That's true.
We have opinions. You know,
Plenty.
yeah, and so I'm just out there doing what most people, you know, are really feeling. Botswana are really smart, they're really opinionated, and I think at this point in time, we really need to not shy away from, you know, the gifts that we have, and also what we can add as far as culture is concerned to the continent, because we really, I mean, if you put any Motswana in any type of situation, I think we usually win. You know,
you thrive. Absolutely. I always say that. A lot
of the time.
And I say, all you have to do is look at Botswana outside the country.
Yeah. All the
all
time.
of them are thriving. They're doing really well.
Imagine the likes of Possible Knight, you know, how he was able to like win such a continental thing as an 18, 19-year-old. You know, but Maraza has had all of these opportunities on SABC1. He's on this one. He's on this one. What did we do with our people? We discard them. And then we want to talk about a podcast. Like, guys were not giving ATI the money to capacitate himself to be able to go to South Africa. He doesn't need no podcast.
Facts.
And now we're going to be out here talking like, yo, he was Unasare represent the shop. Come on, man.
Did you give him a chance to represent you?
You know, in the first place.
In the way he would have if he was given that chance?
You know what I mean? And every single time we see people putting up buildings in South Africa, I mean, a guy will have one song. Next thing he's buying his mother a crib. You know what I mean? Because the community there appreciates you for who you are. And being different is actually liked. In that side
it's
here,
appreciated,
that's why we gotta say the truth, you know?
And I really think I think part of the problem is we're not given platforms enough to express ourselves the way we want to.
Definitely.
So when you're given a platform, you're told these are your boundaries.
Definitely.
You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to say this. You're not allowed to say that.
Definitely.
So what you end up saying, in order to at least keep that platform, is what you're told to say.
Censored.
Definitely. Now I'm always like, I mean, I don't want to get anyone in trouble, so I'm going to bite my tongue with a couple of things today. But, you know, I've been fired a lot of times from the radio station that I was working at. And some of the things behind the scenes were basically because some people didn't like what I was saying, what already put the squeeze on the management, and then ultimately trickles down back to me.
And actually, you know what? Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Because those few sentences you've said have answered a lot of questions.
Yes, sir.
No, plus they speak to a lot of folks reality.
And you know what? A lot of people have asked me, like, what's up with S.C.A.R? I'm like, you're not asking the right question.
Yeah.
And a lot of the questions you shouldn't be asking what's up with S.C.A.R. You should be asking what actually happened.
What happened? And a lot of the time, because like I'm a confident brother, man. I'm not gonna always, you know, humble myself when I realize like things are not going properly.
Facts.
Because, you know, I have a lot of people in my family who absolutely love me. So I have to speak my truth so that they be able to defend themselves out there, because they take the good with the bad. So usually if I'm sitting there and I'm timid, you know, they don't have
know what
to
to
stand
say.
on. And like, we've lived our lives in front of people since I was around 16. I've been at this thing. So the people that do care for me and are related to me, I feel I have an obligation to protect them by actually telling people what transpires behind the scenes. And as long as it's not on an, you know, what's on a disclaimer, I can say something. You know, as long as I don't get sued.
But like I said, what you said,
yes, sir,
was enough.
Yes, sir. It's right
enough.
there.
The way you worded it, the way you said it. Those who know.
Yes, sir.
And if someone asks me, "Oh, Eddie, what did he mean?" I'll explain it to them.
Yes,
Let them say exactly what happened.
Definitely.
But let's not step on too many toes.
Definitely.
Right? It's done. It's said.
Yes, sir.
We can move on to the next thing.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I would like for us to take it back to 2002.
Yeah.
The Bog won a bid.
Yes, sir.
And you know, where, how, which one? You had said Cast has been you know, a really pivotal, important part of you know, the amazing talent that you brought us.
Yes, sir.
And shout out to the man. Cast has a big heart.
Yes, sir.
A lot of folks who don't know this man personally don't quite know how the man you know, that Castellion is.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
I met him when I was in Form 1. I think this was 1998. He was in Form 3.
Yeah.
So we were in these packed Pierre.
Yes, sir. I remember that movement.
The cool kids in the school and whatever. And there was a fundraising activity. And, Wizards of the Desert actually lived in phase 2.
Yeah.
So
Kalo, I remember Kalo's house.
The other brother, the light-skinned brother, Isaac, Sofanaka Isaacs, he was living down the street from the school. So everyone who was giving suggestions were like, we can go and call Wizards of the Desert to come and perform and we can make some money. But Cass was one of those brothers who were like, why?
Yeah.
Why should we go get those guys?
Help me understand when we can...
we can get some performance in here. And I was a big fan of the Lost Boys then and Snoop. So I knew a couple of rhymes from those dudes. So that's basically how I started rapping. I was rapping those people's lyrics. And Cass was basically the one who said, why don't you try and pen down some lyrics of your own?
Yeah.
And, I started getting, the flows. Like I would see the flows, but then I'll start writing my own lyrics. This dude would give me topics. HIV, AIDS, girlfriend, breakup, all of that.
Yeah.
And at the end of the week, we go over to his crib and then we're rapping. He had this cousin, Catamore. He had he had a lot of instrumentals. So would use his little boombox, would sit behind Cast's house with Bofox, FOX, a bunch of other cats.
Shout out to that, man.
And this is like the whole week you'll have these lyrics. I don't know what was in that dude. We'll have so you'll have to have the rhymes by Friday. So I took that thing really, really seriously.
Yeah.
So by the time I got to meet Presley, when Timber dropped, that's when he took us to P-Side and whatever. I just started feeling this thing. I mean, even like what's all of this girl, my mom would drop me off, call Presley. I'd be rapping in the corridor. He'll make a beat. I'll rap. I mean, I heard my people when I was in Form 3.
Whoa.
That beat. And imagine 2 years later, that's the one that we actually recorded.
Yeah.
So we were always making music with Presley. So it became like second nature. So Cass was very, very pivotal in my songwriting. I won't walk with the brother. But yeah, he's my guy. I told that brother, I'm not ready. I'm like, no. I will not
you find me here in the city.
I'll rap. Where we rapping, bro? Where we rapping?
He can walk, you can rap.
You know what I mean?
If we're rapping, I'll do it.
So if I set up a little marathon,
no way.
For every 10Ks, 10 bars.
No, I'll do that.
You'll do that. That's cool.
I'm not walking. Cass is stronger than me. Have you seen the one telling thing?
Hey man, man walks.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to him though. Shout out to him.
16 and you finding yourself, involved in a craft that often at time,
yes, sir.
Could lead you one way.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
You've been at it 20 plus years.
Yes, sir.
And you have grown to be a brother. You have grown to be a son. You have grown to be a partner. You have grown to be a student of the craft.
Yes, sir.
And how were you able to stay the course? How were you able to keep the distraction and what could lead you the sideways?
Yes, sir.
Of what you had your sights set on.
I think a major part of that pretty much was I think Mampizi gets a lot of credit for how I stayed focused in the music because this dude believed, man. And he wasn't like the best lyricist or whatever, but he was gonna get it. This dude skipped some of his exams, stuff from 5. Wow. Didn't write. Comes picking me up at school after guys have written, and he's playing Dead Prez these schools. Mampizi would wake up to Eminem, so he was one of those people who stayed the course. So I had like that group around me from the cast to Mampizi. I saw through Mudisa Moletsane, who was also in Third Mind.
Yeah.
So I was surrounded by these people and some people who've actually seen it for what it could be and what talent they saw in me. And another person was, Presley was never one to tell me, oh, that's hot. Presley was always the type, like, he'll record me and just keep it moving. He later told me years later, that was actually to get me to be better, because he never told me that I was dope. Like, even if I put down a rhyme, this dude is like, okay, like he expects it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But later on, Jada mind tricks, Yeah. and it actually works. So being surrounded by those type of guys helped me stay focused on trying to see what it is that they saw in me. And ultimately, when I started discovering it more, getting shows, I mean, we had this tour called Yoho.
Yeah.
And we went around the country, and my people we dropped it I think the week before we left for the tour. Mampizi put me on that tour, I think. And then we went to Francistown. So there wasn't, I think we weren't on RB2 yet. So it was playing on Yaron FM.
Yeah.
So Mampizi was able to get us on the Togetherness Festival. I think now I'm on 18 years old or something. Yeah. So we're coming back. But we've been practicing, like we've been performing every single day for 3 times. Like we'll perform in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening.
Wow. Sure.
So we got better and better and better. It was me, Makimo, and Mampizi. So we come back. So we go straight to the stadium. Mampizi, the guys have to change. So they're like, why don't you go on and rap this song? Because this is what we've been doing. You get on first and then they come in next. Dog, my people drops. I saw people run from the back of the stadium. Whoa. That was the first time I saw the response to the music. Because you have to understand, when the album has just dropped. The music, the single was the one that just dropped.
Yeah.
So when I got on the stage, like I'm literally walking up, Prince. Trying to see who is this dude.
That? Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, we've done it. We've actually done it. So shout out to Mampizi. He's one of the reasons. Even to this day, I mean, even when I get in trouble, he's always the one who tries to play mediator. You know, he'll tell me, go there, apologize, and shut up and listen to it. A lot of the time, like he'll knock on my door, like come out of nowhere and knock on my door. It's like, learn to apologize and shut up and take it. And yeah, this is why I'm not in jail.
Wow.
Shout out to V.
Yeah, man.
Hey, and people forget that V's the real one.
Yeah, no,
and the real hip hop head, like
over.
No, but I'm saying a lot of folks who have stuff to say.
Yeah, man.
Know these folks from like over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you know Kes for who he is.
Yeah.
Then your opinion, on who Kes is and what he stands for, naturally is different.
That's right.
If you have spent time around V, and you don't appreciate him through his craft or what people say about him, then your narrative on who V is and what he stands for naturally will be different.
That's right.
And that's why I always feel the need to protect him, because like he's very selfless, but he is also a selfish brother.
Yeah.
That much, I know that much.
Yeah.
So I know he's going to get his, but I don't see him going out of his way to hurt.
Yeah.
And that's what people are trying to make him look like. I mean, even right now, they're saying that he's dropped the track just to stop this whole hype about ATI's podcast.
Yeah,
and I'm like...
But also, you have to understand that there's nothing wrong with that.
It's his music.
When he chooses how he chooses to drop his project,
if I see there's momentum around something and I drop a track because there's momentum,
it's his
prerogative, right?
It's his business and his prerogative. So I'm always thinking on order, like if only people just gave him a chance and just appreciated the music. And Len, I try to tell him, stay off that social media sometimes. I mean,
detox a little bit
too.
No, I'll tell you something, bro. I like what you do on social media.
Hey, thank you, Papa.
Stay the course.
Thank you so much.
Because people don't know, is he being sarcastic? Yeah. Is this an avatar? Is this really him?
Yes, sir.
But I'm like, you know what? Keep him guessing.
Definitely.
It's all good.
No guy like that.
Let me ask you this question.
Yes, sir.
We keep talking about listeners, consumers, supporters, and I feel like, I don't know if it's a Botswana thing or if it's a human thing.
Yeah, man.
Prophets are not really appreciated in their own country.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And while in other states or in other countries that works, because then you go elsewhere and you appreciate it there.
Definitely.
It seems we tend to be pigeonholed when it comes to B-Dub.
Yes, sir.
In your experience, because I get experience is the best teacher.
Yes, sir.
How have you dealt with that, and how do you deal with that?
Yes, the story, I think, at least I'm a bit older now, so I don't get that pressure. I think now it's gone to Bobenti and
you've retired that energy.
They're the ones who are being harassed about being a big fish in small ponds, all of that nonsense, And the thing is, we don't get a lot of help here.
That's true.
A lot of the shows that UC is doing are on zero budget. People will come to our gigs and whatever, but like we don't get a lot of support as far as equity, as far as money. I mean, we had cell phones, but we didn't have a percentage of those sales. But people, a big corporation like Orange did see our impact across the country, but people are not willing to open up the wallet for real. So we end up going to these award shows. I'll give you a prime example. When we went to one of these Channel O I think that's when I went with Foster Giuliano.
Yeah.
The Nigerian cats, we were in a shuttle. So you're being told you have to be in the mall for this long, you have to come back and whatever. You know what those dudes did? They went and swiped some Mercedes Benzes.
What?
Because we're not children. You know?
I'll drive myself
around Santor.
Yo.
I'll even book into another place. We're there waiting on the food and all of that. So I'm trying to tell you, by the time these people, when we get on those platforms, we're working with people who are a big deal.
Yeah.
So you end up, you can't even network because you're waiting on the per diem.
Yeah.
Or you probably got like what? Easy B probably gave you $5,000 in yan. Or that you care about 300. You know, so we need help here.
Yeah.
A lot of the artists that we see here, there are some endorsements. I mean, I see how the influencers work and whatever, but marketing managers in these companies act like these belong to their dads. You know, it's not your father's company, Negro.
Yeah.
You know, you can't, because you're gonna get fired.
Yeah.
And then someone in your family
and you'll be in the streets with me. And now you asking me for leads on.
And now we're all looking dumb because here they are.
We did not build.
Continue. You know. So I wish we could get more help. That's why, because we're not gonna get that money from SA.
No.
We need. I know MySec. People, keep saying what people need to use MySec some more. I know it helps with the event space and all of that, but we can't always be asking government.
Let me put it this way: I don't think we need help, S.C.A.R. I think we need access and we need business.
Definitely.
And we need open-minded business.
But why do you think? But good. I feel like
because here's the thing, right? You have a talent, right?
Yeah.
You have as the gentleman from Taken would say, you have a specific set of skills.
Yes, sir.
Right? And you pride yourself in that.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And as a person who knows where that skill would help my company, I have to come to you to say, listen, I would like to utilize your skills.
But they would rather get someone in the office that is already getting a salary to do that job.
See, that's the problem. The problem is, and I'll give you, and I might get into trouble, but I have to say this.
Yeah.
There's a new podcast called The Yellow Podcast.
And
I'm like, why are you doing a Yellow Podcast when we have a bunch of young podcasters coming up who can easily put you on the platform in the right way?
Yeah.
So it doesn't seem so corny and tacky.
Every time I see that,
but now we've heard situations where you'll have sponsors, if not corporate entities, going at S.C.A.R. Like S.C.A.R. will birth an initiative, right? And they will see the level of response that S.C.A.R. has since garnered through that initiative, and they will start to stage something similar to what S.C.A.R. is.
That's what's
you understand what I'm saying?
That's exactly what's happening.
The employee mentality of S.C.A.R. cannot be getting this money.
That's right.
This money belongs to my employer.
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I'll give you another example. You see this shirt that I'm wearing here. Yeah, there was a young agreement thing and like a holder.
Yeah.
Very small lot of spanner because people know I like the drink and all of that.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, this marketing manager starts gassing himself up, and I'm like, yo, man, I but I still got my guap though. But I see this brother on an ad for the other drink in his company.
Are you serious right now?
He's on the billboard, he's on the sponsored pages and whatever. Wow. And I'm like, I've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
It's been happening, and I'm like, why do we keep doing this? Why
we
are
our own worst enemy.
That's right. We set ourselves up. Yeah. Because there's this kid who has a podcast in UB.
Overview Radio, Joey.
That kid is brilliant.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's someone one of these guys can pick up and say, listen,
we see what you're doing,
like
because they know.
Yeah.
They are alive to the fact that Joey is out there.
Yeah. So what are they doing? They're replicating that, and it looks so horrible. And guess what?
Tacky.
Because they pay for people to be able to see it, algorithm things. People outside then judge the entire ecosystem on that.
But that's what tiring, or they see it and then they choose to ignore it, and then they go and replicate it. And and this is another thing about even with the music industry, in that even when new players come in, you know, they undercharge and all of that. And then all of these corporations and all of these promoters,
they go over there,
run
they rush
to
over
them.
there,
And I'm not mad at the musicians. You gotta get in how you gotta get in. But this whole thing of trying to make it seem like the ones that have an actual rate now are, you know, you try to blackball them.
I saw that. I saw that a few years. I saw it a few years ago. There was a local festival that couldn't get international acts. So they literally went to the lowest of the local guys that they thought would be desperate. And of course, these guys, you can't knock them because they're happy, right? You got a gig, you're gonna get on an international platform. But I had to warn them, like, don't get it twisted and think this is gonna replicate
guys are
itself.
actually
What they're doing is because they can't afford these people.
not afford.
They choose not to pay them.
Not afford, because they can afford. But they choose to run with that because they will save an extra $20 over here. As opposed to give the audience what they. The one thing that I've always, shared and we pride ourselves on is the fact that we have, been very intentional, Caesar, on creating a platform where we will speak the truth. Speak our truth. Speak Caesar's truth, because this sits with everyone who's in our audience. This sits with decision makers, and we are saying if we were to keep on covering these things, concealing these things, and acting like it's okay and we can get by, it is not sustainable. The sole reason why our industry sits where it's sitting right now is because of attitudes and mentalities of folks who feel entitled and that they are owed something by someone, when you actually need to be getting in there and making things happen for the industry to grow itself. Allow for the industry to grow itself.
Definitely.
So be an enabler.
Because
that's all we're saying.
The industry is about two people. It's about the creatives and the consumers.
Facts.
Right? Everybody else is an intermediate.
Definitely. I'm just always feeling also like I just wish some of these people have talented people in their families so that they can see how frustrating this thing is. Now your nephew or your son wanting that dream, and then you remember what you did to a creative. Because I think that's the only way it can hit home. If you see someone who's very, very talented in your family, they just can't get it together.
That's right.
Because there's someone just like you on the other side.
Who's blocking it.
Definitely.